What's up guys, Wellen Customs here, and today we're going to take a look at Soldier 76. He's a great figure, really cool looking. You have to applaud the work and detail that Hasbro put into this figure. I mean, you would think they would put this kind of detail into their Marvel Legends. It'd be pretty awesome, but it does have its flaws. It's not perfect. So I actually want to address the things that kind of don't make it perfect, I guess, in a way. For one thing, the articulation is lower legs. This one is fine, obviously. It goes up as much as it could go, which is fine, I guess. But this one is hindered by the strap over here, the gun holster right here, and then the straps right there. And then the second thing I want to do is, man, for some reason, I know people have done it, but I cannot put his hand into this damn gun. It's ridiculous. And like, literally, it does not fit. I don't know how everyone does it, or maybe they do something else, but I want to fix that. So the moral of this story is, you might have a nice looking figure, of course, right, and stock and everything looks nice, but don't be afraid to trim some stuff, because I'm going to trim off these little straps over here to free up this leg, and I'm also going to Dremel down the side of his finger right here, this part right here, so he can fit his whole hand in. And that's the whole point. Don't be afraid to get dirty and trim down your figure a little bit just to fix it up, because in the long run it may make you a lot happier. Alright, here we go. What we will need: Dremel, X-Acto knife, and if you don't have a Dremel, you can use sandpaper, that'd be fine too. What I might want to do is actually something like this. A blow dryer would be more than enough, to be honest, but I don't want to go upstairs. So here we go. So what we were going to do is work on the leg first, and let's get the arms up. Just want to isolate this little area. A little bit of heat. You don't want it too close because you don't want to melt anything or get anything else too loose. Just enough heat to go on the area. Soften it up for you to slice it right off. So slice there. Oh, we didn't get the whole thing. There we go. So half of it is gone right now, and to be honest, I don't really know why they even had that, because it would have been fine just without the straps, in my opinion. And we could probably clean that up a little bit as well. Remember, always be careful if you're using knives or X-Acto knives. Always cut away from you too. Which I'm technically not doing, but I'm more experienced. It's a little slice. There you go. See, that's how strong a hot glue gun is. This thing is totally melted already. That's why I would probably suggest a blow dryer would be fine, because it's so small and thin, and you don't want to heat up anything else around it to loosen up the joints if there's a need to be loosened up. So there you go. A lot better now. They can go way higher up now. Well, as high as it could be. But now it's not restricted from this. Now next up, you want to Dremel the hand over here, because I can't fit the gun. Look how small this thing is. This little small part. There's no way. I don't know how other people do it. Literally, you can't get his 3 fingers in there. It's impossible. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice the pinky a little bit, which I'm fine with, because if he has, I'm always gonna have him holding the gun anyway, so you won't even notice it probably. So we're gonna Dremel it down a little bit, the whole area. The finger first, because that's pretty much the area that needs to be brought down. And if you don't have a Dremel, you can use sandpaper, of course, or even heat it up and just slice it. But we're going to do it this way first, and then we'll take some actual sandpaper and smooth it out afterwards. But we're gonna do a section at a time, see how much we need to do. You don't want to do the whole thing if you don't need to. Still, not really. It's almost like even the middle finger needs to be cut down a little bit also. Or maybe, see, I was thinking also maybe even just cutting the middle part right here, which might be beneficial. I might actually just do that. Alright, it's done. So, it's super soft right now, so there you go. Wow. That is a lot better actually, to fit the gun into his hand. So at least that solved that. And then I had to really jumble down his whole finger. Now when you have really soft rubber that you just heated up, it's always good to run under cold water just to get it nice and hard again. Alright, that's better. You kind of have to like pry the fingers open a little bit. So you basically kind of have to pry the fingers open a little bit, stick it in, and then by nature it will curl back in and actually holds it a lot better now. And one last thing I do want to do actually, which I didn't say before, is this hand, both hands are trigger finger hands basically, but you're always going to put his gun mostly in his right hand. But this one, I want to open it up a little bit more so you can actually hold the gun in both hands like that. You could kind of pry it open, but it won't stay. I actually want it to be just opened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up so it's really, really flexible and soft, and then I'm going to leave it open and run it under cold water so it will harden open. Alright, so I popped off the hand like that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it with pliers so I don't get my hand burned. Like I said, you're probably better off using a hairdryer in some of these situations, but I'm going to use this. So I'm going to heat it up on low, just enough, point it just to the fingers. I don't want to point at the whole hand because of this joint in there also, it might melt. No joke. So just at the fingers, away from the whole hand itself, far enough to a good distance. And after that, I'll open it up and put it on the cold water as the hand is open. Alright, that's good. See, now I can pry it open very easily. Now we're gonna run to the before it gets hard. Cold water, holding the hand open. And there you go, open hand. Alright, so here is the hand, nice and wide open, no longer just a trigger hand. And let's test it out. Just gonna hold it like that. Perfect. Falls right in there, exactly how I wanted it to be. Now you could do this, you could heat up the hand, and it will kind of start getting soft, and then you can run out cold water. But the best is when it's extremely soft, almost like literally like rubber, because that's when it's the most weakened, and then you can manipulate it any way you want. And it does work, and I have done it to a lot of my other figures. Deadpool right here, he had the pinky, totally molded that in. No longer has a pinky, and pinky sticking out. I didn't like that. And just have normal hands now. So yeah, now let's stick it back in. Wants to go. There you go. And I don't mind him having an open hand because he does come with two fisted hands also. So, yeah, there he is. Now we can easily stick his gun in, no problems there. And let's get him to a nice aiming position. How I would like him to hold his gun. Perfect. There you go. Oh, I could do better than that. There you go. Hold on. Hold on. Perfect. Alright guys, so that's about it. Look at him now, way better. And this is the whole point of the video. Don't be afraid to do what you have to do to fix your own figure to your own liking. Now he can move his leg and compose him better. He can definitely hold his gun a lot better, as you can see right there. And now he can support his gun with his other hand. In my opinion, this is becoming a perfect figure to me now. And that's what's important. You know, all these figures, everyone has their dislikes or likes. As long as you like a figure and make it as perfect as you can for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Now I can pose him, do all these different pictures of him, different poses, and I'm a lot happier. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!